Call the Deputy General Secretary Postal, Terry Pullinger, on behalf of the Executive.
Good morning, Conference. Conference, I want to congratulate the branch for putting this motion in and also the contributions that have been made, because this is one of the most important aspects of our lives, which I think this generation sometimes takes for granted. And it's people like us fighting trade unionists that have got to stand up and make people aware of that. To shape the future, you've got to understand your history. And that's the problem with the NHS. And some people touched on that, and I want to touch on it today, because I believe that the condition of the NHS is a reflection of the condition of society in general. I believe you can actually measure it. It's like a barometer of where we're going as a society and our humanity in this country. And there are those people out there that the profit and greed has replaced care and service. People who know the price of everything and the value of nothing. You know, before 1948, the NHS was created. Not quite 70 years yet. That is tiny in historical terms. Before 1948, this is the history bit, ordinary working class people, the mortality rate of working class people and their families was appalling. The conditions they lived in were appalling. There was no decent education. There was no decent health service. Just not much more than 70, 80 years ago, that's all. But working class people made huge sacrifices in the Second World War. They came back and they demanded a different world. And it was the closest we've got to social revolution in this country. The Beveridge Report, the election of a Labour government, the welfare state, and then the NHS was all introduced. The first time in history that ordinary, decent working people had a safety net of dignity and security to live their lives by. Our generation, this generation, has benefited from that. And it is being unravelled. And it's down to us, people like us, to get out there, get off our backsides and fight for what is important for the next generation as well. The NHS stands as a monument, in my opinion, to everything that we stand for as trade unionists and as Labour people. Equality, fairness, security in your life. People say your eyes are the windows to your soul. Well, I believe the national health is the window to look through if you want to see the state of the soul of this nation. If it's in decline, then you can bet your life that every other aspect of support or security that's there for ordinary, decent working people is also in decline. In the nearly 70 years that it's been going to national health, it has treated and cared and saved the lives of millions of people. This nation and us owe a debt to the National Health Service and the people who work in it that we can never repay. But we can start by saying this union will continue, because we always have done, a fighting union, will stand by our National Health Service, stand by the people who work with it and support anyone and any organisation that is standing up for it. Thank you, Conference. Support.
Thank you, Terry. Well, there's been no opposition, so no right to reply. It's motion 3. All those in favour? Thank you. Any against? That's carried unanimously.